Are you excited for the garden? Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Maureen, and you're catching us just in time for our garden. Joe is cleaning out the garden space that we have in our backyard. I've let it overgrow for like far too long, and I'm ready to start planting again. So follow us on this journey. And by the way, if you're new here, my name is Maureen, and this is my weekly vlog where I share a little bit about my personal life, a lot about sewing, and a lot about my pattern weights. So I hope you guys enjoy. Today I'm at Madison Garden Center where I am picking out some cucumber and some tomatoes and some fresh herbs to put in my garden. And this is our first time coming here. We normally go to like Lowe's and Home Depot, and I'm really impressed with their selection. Like, they have a lot of everything, like squash, different types of peppers, zucchini, you name it, they have it. And it's honestly so inspiring to see all of the different herbs and vegetables. And the staff here is full of knowledge. They're super friendly. They know about a lot of different things. And so I definitely want to come back and expand my garden even more next year. But this year we're keeping it small. So we do need to buy like at least 2 tomato cages. We tried to preserve the 3 that I already had. Meanwhile, back at home, I am using some potting soil to put some herbs in some of these pots. I don't like to put herbs in the ground. I tried it one time and the insects just ate up all of my herbs. So I really just like to put them in pots in non-direct sunlight closer to my back door. And I've done that a few times in the past with herbs, and they seem to do really well in that spot. So I'm keeping with tradition, and they'll be in that same spot again this year. Hey y'all, so we are back outside today in my garden, and I actually went back to Madison Garden Center and I got more herbs because I don't know if you guys could tell, but I had like a lot of potting soil left over and I really didn't want it to go to waste. So let me show you what I picked up, and let me show you the planters that I got as well. So I got rosemary, oregano, this is English thyme, and then chives. And then these are the planters that I got. So I got this one. I got these at Rose's for really cheap. I think this one was $1.99. This one, I really thought this was cool. This is what it's supposed to look like. It's a stackable. I'm not going to stack that many obviously, but I did like that it was kind of like a 3-way. Because if you know anything about herbs, they love to spread out and grow. So I figured this would be really good for like the rosemary, the thyme, and the oregano. And so there's some holes in here. They're not like poked all the way through. So I do have my drill. That way we can drill some, oh, whoops. So that way we could drill some holes at the bottom right quick. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we're gonna start planting.
This is so cute. So I made like 3 little holes for the herbs that are gonna go in. So now I'm gonna put them in. Ooh, sorry. I'm so sorry, time. This is just the cutest little pot ever. Best $3.99 I've ever spent. Maybe not the best, but it's a pretty good investment. Hey y'all. So now we're at my main garden area. So I started this garden back in 2021, and then I kind of let it go, honestly. 2022, I, had a really demanding job. 23, I was really in my entrepreneur bag. Same with 2024. 2025, I was like, this is my year. This is my year to get my garden back. So the other day, as you guys saw, Joe took all of the branches and weeds out from like just storms before and just everything. And so now it's all cleared out. So let me show you guys. She's all cleared out. We just did like a complete reset. I should say he did a complete reset. And so I got these gates. These are like renter friendly gates back in 2021. They were like $15 a piece. And then there's like a little opening right here where I can go in and literally do what I need to do. So we're gonna do that now. Let me show you guys the plants and stuff that I have real quick. So I have some cucumber plants. These are called straight 8s. Each main stalk is gonna be like a huge stalk. So we have a ton of cages for those. I got a big beef tomato, and then the tomato sun gold. They didn't have any grape or cherry tomatoes there, so we got these. I've never grown them before, but from what I've heard, they're pretty sweet and they go really great on salads and whatnot. So I'm excited to watch those grow and bloom. But this is what we're putting in this garden right now. So let me get to work.
So my neighbor across the street is really into landscaping. He's got his own business. He's got beautiful plants in his yard. And he let me know that it's always wise to plant your garden on Good Friday. And I took that meaning to be like spiritual in a way, also probably a little bit of Farmer's Almanac in the mix, but I really loved that. And so I was really intentional about that this year. But you guys want to know something that's even deeper? So I was talking to my grandma after I planted my garden, and I said, Grandma, I planted my garden on Good Friday. And she said, oh, my father used to do that. In that moment, I felt like I got like a special wink from the ancestors. I feel like this year alone, I've learned so much about gardening, and I'm not as good at gardening as I am sewing, but I know I can grow some things. So I'm really proud. I'm really excited. And I'm really hoping that we have some really great harvest this year.
Okay. Well, okay. That's done. Okay. So I just like reinforced the soil and some of the cages with more soil, and I'm definitely gonna have to get Joe to come out and help me like put the cages in a little bit more. And I think once I water the soil too, it may soften it up. That way I can get them in there a little bit deeper. But so far Let me give you a really quick tour. It's not a lot, but I'm gonna give you a quick tour. These are the sun golds. Celery baby, not celery, cucumber baby number 1, cucumber baby number 2, and cucumber baby number 3. And these are the big beef or better boys. I gotta look at the tag, y'all. Ciao. I don't even remember what I planted over here, but y'all get the idea, right? Okay, so now I'm just gonna hit this with some water right quick. Then I'm gonna take a shower because I have a nail appointment at 4, which was deliberate. I said, let me get this garden together and then I'll get a new set. You see what I did there? Yes. All right. Hey y'all, so it's Sunday and I'm gonna cut this out. This is Simplicity pattern 9756. I've been talking about this pattern for a while and I'm actually planning to use this fabric that I got from, oh gosh, what was the name of that place? Fine Fabrics, back in last May, the last time I went to Frocktails. And I'm gonna cut this out and we're gonna get started on this. So this fabric is about 5 yards. I know that it's probably a little bit wider than 60 inches. And even though at Fine Fabrics they don't list the contents of the fabric, I feel like this is like a crepe de chine. That's the kind of texture that it's giving. It's kind of swimmy, kind of silky, and I feel like it works well for this pattern. Hey y'all, so this is what I'm going to work on today. I'm actually going to do the pants first because I do that sometimes when I'm not ready to like do a more advanced step, or I'm not ready to like do something that I feel like is going to require more brain power from me. So I'm going to work on the pants first today and we'll go from there. So the instructions call for the pants to be put together in a very traditional way, front to back, and then attaching at the seat of the pants. So this is really going to fly by. That's my anticipation. It does come with pockets, and then it's got the elastic waistband with the drawstring. I actually cheated a little bit with the drawstring, if I'm being honest, and I simply made the drawstring and then I tacked it onto the front of the pants. I didn't funnel anything through. I didn't even make buttonholes. I just kind of wanted it to be easy and zero fuss, and also I don't like losing drawstrings in pants, so there's that too. So I've done the pants. The goal today was to at least do the pants. The only thing I have not done is the hem on the pants, but I want to play around with, well, I shouldn't say I want to play around. I want to see how long the shirt falls, and that'll determine what shoes I may wear with this, and then that'll determine the hem. But these pants are great. They got a little drawstring and elastic waistband, so this was definitely very easy, and I really love the print.
a lot. So, yep. So I decided to put this project on pause after I made the pants just because I really need to focus on completing my frocktails outfit and getting out any orders before I leave town. So Frocktails was last weekend and Mother's Day was yesterday, and my mom actually comes tomorrow. So I am trying to get a little bit done before she gets here. Right now I'm working on the blouse and I'm attaching the shoulders to the center front from the center back. And of course, because I want to make sure that my mom has my full attention, I am working on some last minute orders before she comes to town. My mom arrived pretty late last night, so I'm packing up these orders before we get on with our day. She came for about 3 or 4 days, and this is the only picture that we got with one another, but we had a really great time, and she actually got to go to one of my Zumba classes. So it was a lot of fun, a lot of good time spent with my mom, and yeah. Hi, it is Monday and I'm way behind. Yesterday, which was Sunday, I had every intent to like finish my two-piece outfit, and it was just one of those Sundays where I just didn't leave the bed. And it's one of those things where, you know, if you don't slow down, then your body's gonna do it for you. And so I slowed way down, and now I feel much better. I feel well rested and just ready to tackle the day and the week. And so let me show you guys where I'm at with my project. So as you know, the pants are pretty much done with the exception of the hem. The shirt I've gotten pretty far in, and I did the collar the other day before I had to leave the house, and so I got pretty far with the collar. I just need to like stitch it closed. But can I just show y'all on the instructions how they finesse this collar in this pattern? And it's about to be my new way to do patterns or to do collars. Okay, so look here at these steps. Step number 11, you put your collar piece together. 12, you baste it. Step 13, you take the collar stand and you attach it to the collar. And you repeat that step for step 14, and then step 15, you have an independent collar piece. And then you attach your collar and your collar stand or band to the rest of your blouse. And I know this sounds like really, really silly, but I've always done it where I've attached the collar band, the collar, and then enclosed it. But can I tell you how much anxiety I did not have with doing it this way? So this is about to be my new way to install a collar. They reverse engineered it and I freaking love it. So that is all to say, like, I know sometimes it's like, you know, how can I say this? It's like, even when you feel like you think you know everything and you think you've got it all figured out, there's always something new to learn, some new way to install something. And I love how they did this because I feel like it makes it more accessible for people. Like, to this day, installing collars makes me nervous, but doing it the way that they just pointed out, totally not nervous anymore. So I love that for me. Anyway, let me get back into this. So again, at this point, I'm going to show y'all where I'm at with this outfit and what I need to do. Okay, so like I was saying, just need to like stitch this down, but the collar is completely installed. Like, it's beautiful and everything. And then I did attach the sleeves. They're sewn up. I have to do the continuous lap here, which is like the bias cut piece, and then add the cuffs, and then add my buttons, do the hem, and I'm all set. Okay, don't look too close, but it is done. And it's stitched down. It looks beautiful on the outside. The inside, a little crazy, but we're gonna keep it moving because this fabric is a little swimmy, so I'm cutting myself some slack here for even sewing straight at this point. Hey y'all, so oh my gosh, this is like the final chapter of this two-piece set, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I think I'm gonna slide into something very easy after this, because this project, while I love this project, I love this outfit, it's taking too long. But can I just tell you about a little bit of like poetic justice, just a little bit, or not even poetic justice, I'll just say it's poetic. So my fabric, you remember, is from Fine Fabrics, and I was trying to find enough buttons to match the fabric, and I was really going off the fly. I have a pretty decent button collection. I was just like, you know what, whatever I find, I'm gonna vibe with. Can I tell you that the buttons I found are also from that same trip to Fine Fabrics from last year, and I love that for me. These are kind of like a really pretty like Greek key pattern button. I'll take them out the bag and show you guys, but this is just so cute to me right now. And yeah, and I have 12. I needed 11, I have 12. So this is what they look like. You see the Greek key around the trim there. So I'm really excited to add these. The Greek key is like such a small detail that I don't think it's gonna clash with the flower print. I just think it's gonna be kind of like one of those things that I know is there, but I don't see it being like an issue. So we're gonna sew these on, and then I think tomorrow I might take some pictures and post this on the internet somewhere. So it's been a long time coming, and like I said, I'm gonna need to slide into something very easy after this because it's taken a while. Yeah. All right. I always take a deep breath when I do the buttons, and I always start at the bottom of the blouse just in case the first buttonhole that I make looks wonky. Thankfully that didn't happen on this project, and we actually got all of the buttonholes on there without any sort of problems, and this is how it turned out, and it looks beautiful. I'm really impressed with it. I love it so much. It's super comfy. I feel like this is something that you can wear in just about any situation, on a cruise, on vacation, at the mall, running errands, you name it. And I'm just loving this, and I'm so happy with how it came out. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.